Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias and welcome back to Sky Factory 2.5. In the last episode, we were doing some work with Thaumcraft, and I don't know, it's been a while since I recorded this. Unfortunately, I got behind again, but we were doing stuff around here and everything. So I can at least tell you what I've been doing between episodes. So between episodes, as you can see, I've been building a little bit of the farms. I did a little bit of work with the AE system. As you can see, we have some wires over there. Those aren't quite ready to be hooked up yet. We gotta do some more stuff, but for the most part, everything down here is about the same. I moved kind of what these machines were hooked on to, just so we have more cables and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, basically just a bunch of stuff to get done. And we can kind of go from there today. So the plan is we're going to start getting Applied Energistics and Thaumcraft integration up and running relatively soon. There's a couple things down here that I still need to fix a little bit, but I will worry about that later. And I could probably always add more stuff to those. I have my lasers going. This stuff can be processed at some point, but for now it's fine. I can just kind of set. I'll probably auto process most of the stuff. I'll pipe stuff into the AE system and then put it where it needs to go. But yeah, so I did a little bit of work with the rewiring. It didn't do too much, but don't need too much right now. We're going to use P2P network stuff today to fix that. And let's see, I also went exploring, got some dimlets, got a bunch of Minicio. We have 76 Zavisio essence, so we're going to start making some more seeds. So I guess the easiest way is going to be to take this guy, and we want to make the water shards. We will make all the shards, which luckily is going to be pretty easy. Hopefully we can get enough shards. Unfortunately, we don't have that many. Let's get like 12 of each. Alright, we don't have that much. Especially not of most of these. And now what? Oh, just noise. Okay. We are kind of warped at this point. So we'll just do this. Encode. And we need to get more shards. So I want to make 20 of those. Right? Yes. So if I want 20 of them, I need 80 water shards in total. And in order to get those, the recipe for these, obviously I can use the water shard essence or ice. So how much ice do I have? I have a decent amount. And do we have any hammers that have fortune? No. Why are these showing up? Okay, we don't have any fortune books, but what we can do, we should be able to make the enchanter. We just need a book. And what the enchanter is going to allow us to do is, if we make some book and quills, let's see, book and quill, that should be pretty easy. What we can do is we can put the enchanter, and I think I'm just going to put it right here. It doesn't require power or anything. I haven't made one of those yet either, have I? Okay, we're going to have to do something. So let's get a, let's see, there's some more Ender IO stuff I want to get. So we're going to need an anvil. A dark anvil would be nice. We don't have that much dark steel. And I don't have that auto-craftable, do I? I can make it auto-craftable. So let's get dark steel. In order to get that, we either need to induction furnace pulverized and steel, or that. And I think since the induction furnace is a little bit better, we're going to want a little bit of obsidian dust, piece of dark steel, and some steel. And that should be pretty easy to get. So I do believe we switch this. I want to see one more time. Dark steel is made. So we could either do it in the alloy smelter with one piece of coal, one obsidian, one iron, or we can do the whole already have steel. And I think that's going to be the easier way. I believe it's the same amount, yes, but it is less power. So 1 steel, 4 obsidian powder gives you 1 dark steel. We can code that, and we're going to tell that in the induction smelter. And now we need dark steel. We need 21 more? No, it's 31, so we need 28 more. Cool, so that shouldn't be too bad. It'll take a minute, but shouldn't be too bad. And then what we want is a hammer. We want to get another diamond hammer. And we're also going to start making an obelisk. So Ender.io has this awesome block, which I absolutely love, which is kind of surprised I don't have that in this mod pack yet. It is called an experience obelisk. Oh, hey, we have lesser readings of experience. Cool. Those are kind of cool. So yes, experience obelisk. It is going to require a little bit of stuff we don't have. So we're going to need like 5 solarium. And we're also going to need some energetic alloys. And we don't have any crafting CPUs right now. So I just want to make sure that this isn't going to mess up or anything. Okay, that seems to be feeding in steel like as soon... Okay. I guess it was lagging or something? I don't know. But how are we doing over here on this stuff? 2 sextuples, not too bad. Wow, that is full. We need to do something about some of the stuff. But if we look at like chest plates, we have a few. But not that many, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Something we could try to get, and this might work well, it might not. Something else we can try to get is a, oh, what's it called? Disenchanter. This guy. It does require some draconic cores though, and I really don't have the draconium. We're still trying to get dimlets, which I have 7 more dimlets. I really need to like automate some of the stuff, auto export type stuff, but we'll get there. So let's get rid of that. The recipe. So what the enchanter does is you put a book and quill, some levels, and some item, and you get enchanted books with whatever you want. Protection is kind of expensive because it requires a lot of dark steel, but that's not what we're after. We're after looting. Oh. Wait, no. Yeah, we want looting. Or do we want... No, we want fortune. Fortune. So it's emeralds. We need 12 emeralds. That's not that bad. I have a lot. So what we can do is we can put that in there. and it costs 40 levels. Now, I don't have any levels on me. So can I get the, how's everything doing? Oh, cool. So let's get the energetic alloy. We need one of those. And then we also need to go ahead and get machine chassis. And then we should be able to get the experience obelisk. We need this experience rod. And then the obelisk. Awesome. So we can put that there. And what this allows us to do is kind of store our levels. So what I want to do is we're going to pick up this stuff, and I want to see, I don't know why I opened that. I want to see if I can transfer this stuff into this guy. So this has 90 buckets of experience in it. So let's get a conduit, ender fluid. And what we'll do is just extract always active. Oh yeah, that worked. And that's giving us a lot of levels. So I'm going to start storing all my levels in here. And while that is doing its thing, let's get the dark steel. We're going to need 1, 2, 3. And there's a dark steel anvil. Now we could have made a normal anvil, but these are a little bit better. They last longer. And there we go. Cool. So now all I have to do is store my experience. Something I can always do as well is if this gets full, which this will never get full, but this is all essence. I believe we can also pump that into this guy and get a lot of levels. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. And it does, this stores based on total experience. The level is not really accurate when we pull it out because at a certain point, I think it's around level 35-ish. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure, but at a certain point, the amount of experience that it requires to gain one level is just insane. So like from 50 to 51 might be 30 levels normal. So it's better to kind of get exactly what you need and then pull it out. Unless you only need a couple levels. So like this, we need 9 levels. It wouldn't be bad to just get 10. You'll lose a little bit of experience, but really not that much. So Fortune 3. And the other thing I want to get on this is on breaking, which we could also do repair, but I think unbreaking is going to be the better method. So we're going to need like a few pieces of obsidian and put that in there. 22 levels. So we store our level, and there we go. And then we're probably going to need a few levels for this. Again, less than 10, it really doesn't matter. But this costs exactly 10, so Fortune 3, Unbreaking 3. So let's put some of this stuff away. And we need to get a bunch of shards. So, trying to think of a place we can do this where it's not going to be too dangerous for... I forgot. Never mind. I forgot. We need to do this a little bit differently. Alright, so break all this stuff. And we need to do this either in the air or in a like little contained area. So let's light this area up again. I don't like how dark that stuff is. Okay. So let's see. If we have 19, we can get more ice pretty easily. I do believe, I guess that's not affected by luck. That is a bummer. Recipe plus 100%. That might be affected by luck. So either way, it doesn't really matter too much. Let's turn our magnet on. And what we can do is just make an ice bridge. And vein mine. So as long as there is no block underneath the ice, we won't have any trouble with water. And there's 53. I think just a little bit more and we'll get all that we need. So let's get the water shards finished. And some of this I will probably do off camera, but I wanted to at least start working on this today. So let's do that, and that is exactly 80. Let's get a little bit more. But yeah, so this is going to be the top 2 levels on the farm across the way. So that will be that'll start getting us the shards, which then we can use later to make the what are they called, the knowledge fragments. So let's get, we should be able to get 20 of these now, and it should craft up pretty quickly. And there we go. So we have the 21 water shards. We just need to get 21 of the rest. Now there's going to be 8 spots up there, and we need to get 2 more seeds. So the seeds that we're going to do, let's clear that out. Let's come in here and grab this. The seeds that we're going to do are going to be pretty simple. Is amber is the first one. So we're going to need 21 of these, which should craft up pretty quickly. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Not going to take too much Minicio or anything like that. And then the other one that we're going to do is Quicksilver. So we should be able to put this here. So Quicksilver, we're going to need to teach this how to make like a... I guess let's do that, and then we can do... Do I not have any more Minicio seeds? I guess it's been crafting those automatically. And Quicksilver, so we can put these in here. And I think it's okay to have the extra Quicksilver. That'll be fine. But then we can do Quicksilver. We're going to want 21 of these. And we need a lot more Quicksilver drops. Now, we are getting down here Cinnabar. Not that much though. Cinnabar can be used in an alloy smelter. Looks like the best way to get a little bit more Quicksilver. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get this going. Let's get a capacitor. Get this going much faster. And I guess that doesn't actually double it. Nope. Okay, well, whatever. Doesn't really matter. We'll put those in there. And now, how many of these can we make? We're still missing a lot of Quicksilver. So that is getting sifted from sand. The only other way to get that is with the essence. We'll get you 4, or shimmer leaf. Now, shimmer leaf we can get from loot bags. Do we have... We have 5. I really don't want to use the 5, so let's just get 1 Quicksilver, or like, let's get like 10. Okay, let's get like 8. So that'll take a second because it's crafting a lot of stuff. And there we go. So that's going to be the other 2 seeds that we use. And I will continue making those off camera. Just kind of reminder, nether brick gives you fire shards. Air shards come from sandstone. Entropy is, I believe, TNT. Ordo is stone slabs. Earth is grass. So a lot of that stuff is going to be pretty easy. And we'll just I'll kind of make all those off camera, and we'll be good. So that is the plan with that. Next, let's get some channels over there. So what we're going to need to do is P2P, which we have already set up. We've looked at this before. I taught the system how to make this. I think last episode, at the end of the episode, we were looking at this. So we're going to put this here, and we're going to put another one way down here. And I'm going to put it like right here. So we are going to need to connect these. So I believe settings cleared. So right click, you get the settings. And if we come all the way down here, as you can see, this has one channel. So successfully saved settings. That is a bit of a tongue twister. So now we need some cables. I want like 2 dense cables and then some smart cables. And we should be able to, if we take this, and I think we can just run it back into the system. Actually, I don't know that I want to do it that way. Let's just... Can I do that? Is that going to mess anything up? So there's one channel here. This is currently using no channels. I guess it's going around. Let's see if it works. It'll be pretty easy to tell if it works. So we put this here. And I've never really done this type of P2P stuff before. So I don't know if it's going to work quite how I want it to, but we'll see. And we'll just draw this over here. And worst case scenario, we'll fix it. This is probably using 2 channels now. No, just 1 channel. That actually should be right. Let's see. Let's break this. And let's just plug it into the bottom of this like so. That should work. So that's using a channel. And it should be sending the other 31 channels over there. One way we can see this is if we come over here, let's grab, we're going to make another crafting terminal. So the crafting terminal requires calculation processor, ME terminal. So we need a couple processors. Let's go ahead and make like 10 of each. It shouldn't take too long. We can put this stuff away for right now. Let's get a crafting table. I'll manually make it because it's probably... Actually, it's... I need more CPUs. That is something that I probably should work on here soon. We could make them pretty easily. Ugh. I need to get these bows out of here. Let's get an export bus. This should not be too bad to do. Piston and cores. We need to get like 3 of these, few of those cores anyways. And then piston. Let's get like 10 of those. And then I want export bus. And unfortunately we don't have any channels over here, so I'm trying to think. This is supposed to have insert all that stuff, and then we want this on a higher priority than this. That's on 3. We want this one on like 5. That way it throws bows away. And then I think we had this one on a bigger channel as well. And I don't know why that's not extracting, but it's not, so it's kind of whatever. Alright, so eventually I'm going to kind of clean out all this stuff, but we're going to get a lot of mob drops, so we might look into making some storage for that, but let's just get another trash can. Can I change this to... No. Okay, so... yeah, we have so many bows. Let's grab this. Let's get a chest. And what I'll do is I'll just put all of these in a chest for now. Actually, we can probably move this here. Put the export bus there. And I just want to do bows. We're going to need a fuzzy card. Should not be too bad. We need processors. Make 10 of those. And this should allow us to kind of get rid of all of the bows in the system. And then any of the like any of the stuff that is like I want just white wool. What am I trying to say? Any of the stuff that is enchanted, we can take out manually before we go throw them all away. So we just take a fuzzy card, we'll put it in there, match any, and now it's going to start putting all of these in here, and we should see the bows should start disappearing. It'll be kind of slow for now, but that's fine. And then what we'll do is, because some of these bows might have some good stuff on them, so what we'll need is a disenchanter. Now there is the auto disenchanter that does require, actually where is it? Auto disenchanter. It does require mob essence, whereas the other one is a little bit more manual. The Draconic Evolution is a little bit more manual, but either way, this requires power and energy and essence rather. The other one does not require anything. So I don't know which one we're gonna make. We'll figure it out. But what I can do is we can take the enchanted ones out as we get them, and I'll just take them over here and throw them in here. That should be fine. It's a temporary solution. I will get that fixed soon enough. Like I said, I kind of want to keep the enchanted ones because I want to disenchant them and have a whole bunch of books. How much leather do we have? We don't have much leather. That's something we might want to look at here soon too. But we're getting all this leather armor and all that kind of stuff. If we look at the iron stuff, we don't really have that much. We have some skulls as well. That's not supposed to be. So some of the stuff is it's not working quite right. Let's get. We have a Yeta. We have 3 Yeta wrenches. Let's fix this real quick, and then we'll get back to what we were doing. So I believe we shift left click north. I want that to be a higher priority. And wait, no, I want it up to be a higher priority. Not this one. I want that to be last case scenario. So this one, uh-oh, I messed up. Alright, so left click up. We want this to be insert on a high priority. We want this to be insert those on a high priority, and we want this one to be insert on -1. So this should add any skulls in here. and basically anything else will go through and go over into our system. So that should work out. We shouldn't have any problems. I will slowly kind of clean up our AE system, kind of doing this type of stuff. I'll just use this export bus to get whatever I need out, and we'll kind of deal with that. So that should be good for that. So everything else, we should be able to make the ME crafting terminal now. We just need the illuminated panel, so we need some glass, and that shouldn't be too bad. Should make it really quick. There's the 3 illuminated panels. We're probably going to use all of them. So ME crafting, we're going to need this guy, and then a crafting table. Pretty easy. And then we have the ME crafting table terminal. So what we should be able to do is, if we look here, this is using 14 channels. Actually, let's look at the source. This is using 16 channels. So if we put this guy here, over here, which is what I want to do, this should come online in a moment. No. Why isn't it? We might need... trying to think how to do this. Okay, that has darkness. If I put a torch there, will it get rid of it? Yes. Okay, so like I said, I've never really done this with the PTPs before. I always have a kind of dedicated line. We could do something like that right here. But we need cable anchors all along this, and I don't really want to do that. Plus this kind of does things. Let's actually take this off, and I guess I should probably have my magnet on. Alright, so let's put this here, the P2P network there, and then a cable. And we'll grab our memory card again. See if I can't get this to work. And then it's shift right click. Isn't it just a right click then? Okay, so now we should... device missing channel. There we go. So what should have happened is we have one channel here. This is using a channel. But this guy should only have 16 channels done. And then this one should have 1. So this device is getting a channel through this guy. I guess there's 17 channels, which makes sense because this is using one of channels on here, but this is sending all of its channels over here to the Thaumcraft stuff, and we should have one of 32 channels available. We should be able to use all 32 channels. So the kind of the idea of P2P tunnels is it transfers channels along basically 2 channels. You can transfer 32. So that's what we're doing, and the reason we're doing that is otherwise we'd have to take the dense cables and run it all the way over here to get 32 channels right here, and that's a lot of dense cables, and dense cables are pretty expensive. So that is basically just an easy way to take care of that. So the next thing we need to do, and get rid of that now. I'm going to keep the cables on us. We can go ahead and put a lot of this stuff away now, and start kind of cleaning up all the chests over here. Now, I guess I did have this guy as well. I forgot about him. Oh well. So we should be able to take all of this stuff now, and put it into our system. Now, here's the thing. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get some other ME stuff over here. The two things that we're going to want is an Essentia terminal and a arcane crafting table, a crafting terminal. So for the arcane workbench. Now, we have both of those researchers unlocked. Now we need to get more research. Do we have any paper? We have a bunch of paper. Let's get like 16 and let's try to get as much of this research as we can. So this is important. The Digissentia storage, we might actually go ahead and do that. The infusion provider is also pretty important. So let's go ahead and get the Digissentia storage. This looks pretty easy actually, so it shouldn't take that long. Something like that, ordo to both of them, and then we can start getting these all transferred over. And there's the Digissentia storage. Alright, so now we can look at this, and what we can do is we can start storing Essentia in digital format. So the Essentia storage components don't look too bad, other than they require ethereal essence. And then, or they can also use Salus Mundus. Okay. Well, the Salus Mundus is probably going to be a little bit easier to make. And then the housings require a little bit of thaumium. That's not too bad. The cell workbench, I think that is something we don't need, just because it's not really required for this. So let's put these away. And while we're here, let's go ahead and get whatever research we want. So basic info, I think we have everything here, other than research duplication. But hold on, I messed up. I forgot. I already had a whole bunch of research that I never actually did anything with. So we should be able to just get all these. And yeah, there's the Digissentia storage. So we can just throw that into the void. And yeah, all the stuff I just did, we don't have to do ever again. So, whoops. Oh well. So let's just make sure we have V-Relay, Essentia Provider, and Pattern. V-Relay, Essentia Provider, and Distillation Pattern. Yes, the distillation pattern coder and the infusion provider. Cool. So we have all these, so whoops. Oh well, just paper. Not a big deal. So now we can do Arcane Assembler. That's going to be required for later to make stuff. We have all of the basic research now. Most of this stuff requires basically just getting aspects and learning it. I only want the stuff that is research notes for right now. We'll get the rest of the stuff later, and we'll start setting up a lot of Thaumcraft stuff relatively soon. So don't see anything in there that we can do. Golems probably don't have anything. I need to get that guy. So Permutatio and 6 Modus. Alright, there we go. That didn't work, but we can get that. Okay, so Eldrick, still working on this. I know we had some Crimson Rights. Can I click to study? Alright, nope. I can't do anything with that. If I don't remember if I ever did. So, Automagi, Automagi. Don't see anything. X asterisk. I do want to see the portal to another world. Okay, that looks easy enough. And anything in here? Lord of Hellfire. And that looks to be about it. So, not much research to do left. So, that's good. The less research I have to do, the better. So, now let's start working on getting a little bit of this Energistics. Let's try to get all the terminals up. And then maybe get some Digisentia. So, if we want the other terminals, there's two other terminals. So, we have the crafting terminal. Interface terminal we don't need over here. Pattern terminal we don't need over here. Aiming terminal is a less useful crafting terminal. And fluid terminal don't really care over here. Now we need the Essentia terminal and the Arcane crafting terminal. Now both of these, that requires another ME terminal, and that doesn't. Okay. So let's get another ME terminal. And we should be able to get the Arcane crafting terminal. Let's just grab this guy. And let's see, what do we need? We need a calculation processor and the Arcane workbench. So it was the calculation processor. And I think we need a table. Do I have any extra tables? I can probably make one. Let's get like 100 of those. It's always good to have a little bit extra in your system. So we just put this down. Smack it with that. And we can pick it up. Have I ever scanned one of these? I don't actually know. Okay, I have. And then we can just go ahead and should be able to just do this, this, and this, and we have insufficiently. We still have. We need water. So where could some water be? This looks like it has water. Oh, it has so much water. Okay, let's fill up our wand, and we'll come back up here and get this made. And then we'll try to make the other one, and then unfortunately I think that's about all we're going to be able to do today. But at the very least, having this over here, we can always run another cable over there and have another crafting terminal for our Britannia stuff. So there is the Arcane crafting terminal. I want to go ahead and scan that. Get as much research points as I can, and we'll put that right here. So basically what you can do is you can put your wand in here. You can give this a set of armor. And I don't know why that's... There we go. And then what we can do is we can... If we have Essentia stored, we can use this to do Arcane crafting. It's really kind of cool. We will probably make a couple of things to make scepters and power this up. I'm not entirely sure the best way to do that. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research into that. But for right now, I'm not too worried about it. So let's actually take this. And we're going to move it. Wait, does this still have my armor? It does. Okay. I forgot I also need this guy. So what this is going to allow us to do is basically just do our Arcane crafting, and eventually we'll be able to set up patterns to do Arcane crafting in the system. So let's go ahead and put this stuff away. I'm going to take the Zavisio armor, and I'm going to also put that away because I don't really need it. So now we need to do the other one. So what we need, swap our armor again. I'm going to leave this out as well just because I can. So the other terminal that we want to make is the Essentia terminal, which basically allows us to see how much Essentia is in our system once we start putting Essentia in. And what we'll probably want to do is get another ME drive. So let's tell it to craft one. That was easy. And part of me wants to break this and put it right there. Now these should still have, that should transfer channels. Yeah, cool. And I actually want to move this torch because it's kind of in the way. Let's put it like right there. That looks good. This way we can put the Essentia there and kind of go from there. So the other is, so the Essentia, let's just look up terminal. So this guy requires a illuminated panel, a logic processor, and a V filter. So panel, filter, I figured I had a few left, and logic. And what we can do is we can actually use this. So let's just keep this stuff in here, and we're going to look up terminal. So what do we need? We need the diffusion core, and if we grab our wand, I'll put that wand in there. We can put this in here, and it can make the diffusion core. And if we switch the armor, what we can do is we can keep our Thaumcraft armor in here and then switch it whenever we need it. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, this is going to give us the diffusion core, and then I bet if we get an order shard. Nope. Okay, so core. We need the coalescence. Oh, it's the other core as well. So there we go. And now we should be able to make the Essentia terminal. And we sure can. Cool. So there's the Essentia terminal. Really all I need to figure out, I think, actually, I think the book says, but yeah, the Essentia terminal, right now, this isn't super useful. However, once we start getting a little bit more stuff, we can make it more useful. So what we're going to want to do in the next episodes, in the future, relatively soon, I don't know if we're going to continue with Thaumcraft next time or not, but what we're going to want to do is we're going to make crafting scepter. These are really, really good, especially when you get the Thaumium boss silverwood. And it's not that bad to make. We should be able to do it. So they have an additional 10% discount beyond what their caps would normally grant. They're able to hold 50% more V, and you can do more combinations, but that's probably going to be the best. There's also magic staves, which aren't as good, but the primal ones aren't too bad to do. We're going to need to automate crucible crafting, which I do believe is something we can do. Automated alchemy. The Thaumatorium is marvelous and fortunate. This should allow us to make alchemy stuff. Basically, this construct allows you to do alchemy automatically. We're going to have Essentia distillation, and we could probably automate that. We'll probably have, we might make a little bit of a basement here and have a whole bunch of stuff automated down there. This, by the way, is using 4 things, but then 4 channels. We can have the arcane assemblers over here and all that kind of stuff, or we can put it back over with the other stuff. It doesn't really matter. We have the extra channels over here, so we'll probably use it over here. So if we get these node transducers and node stabilizers, these and then the V relays, these allow us to basically capture nodes, which we're going to do over here, and send the V wherever we want. And what we're going to do is we're going to send it to this guy. And that's going to keep whatever we have in here fully charged. We just need to have enough nodes to that have all of the stuff we want in order to do that. So a lot of stuff, but I think how we get it is this guy. Oh, that's really simple to make. And then storing the V requires a little bit more stuff, and I don't know if we need to do that. But then there's also Digissentia, so basically we can make we can have different stuff. We can do a lot of automation with this, and it can be a lot of fun, and it's going to make Thaumcraft much easier, because this guy, the infusion provider, will have to do one infusion to begin with, and it's a decent infusion. But once we do that, all we have to do is set that guy right over here, and we will never need these jars ever again. There's actually next to no reason I made that many, unless those are used for something, but I don't know. And just a lot of stuff we can do. And all we have to do next is make the Digissentia storage, which I don't even know. Was that arcane crafting? I believe there's a way to automate this, but I'm not entirely sure. But even so, that's not that bad. Let's see if we can get storage. What is it called? What are they called? Essentia storage. So can we make any of these? We can. So we could make a 1K, and can we store that? We're missing warded glass. So we need to make warded glass, which requires some glass. And let's go ahead and just tell it to make like 100. And then we can do the warded glass. Why isn't that? Oh, it's got to be great wood. And I don't have great wood, so let's get like a couple stacks of those. We'll probably need them. And there we go. So now we should be able to make Essentia storage. And there we go. I don't know why I just made that, but I did. Let's actually scan those. And honestly, let's grab the warded glass as well. I can't scan that. That's weird. But what we can do is we can put that in there. And now, if we had some Essentia, which we don't, I haven't cooked anything yet, what we can do is we can store it digitally. So this is the beginning of some really good stuff. So what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to probably clean up this area. I don't need these nodes anymore. We're probably going to start looking at, there's a couple different ways to capture nodes. I think Automagy has the other way. Yeah, advanced node jarring. Well, you need a lot of warded glass for this. And an energized ore node, which I don't think matters, and then greatwood logs that we then have to ward. It's pretty expensive. But I think what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of get a little bit of prep work done with Thaumcraft to get all of these guys filled for some new... We're going to make some a crafting scepter and that kind of stuff. I'm also going to finish getting all of the seeds for those 2 floors and decide what I want to put on that one. And we'll kind of go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let's see real quick. I know this episode's going a little long. Let's see if there's anything. By the way, I kind of forgot to say this, but I captured a hobgoblin, so we can deal with that later. Alright, so there's not really anything with Thaumcraft yet, so we'll worry about that later. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Like I said, I'm gonna get the seeds done and kind of prep to do a little bit more Thaumcraft next time, and we might switch over to something else. I'm not sure. I wonder. We need like a lot of those. Wait, it doesn't know how to make that? I'll have to fix that. So I'm going to do a little bit of work off camera, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!